Hey, everything's up. Yep, sounds all good. Perfect. Right, new week, Monday. Managed to get home from work in time. So let's clear the charts and start from scratch. What indicators on that are? Okie dokies. Right. Right, let's sort out the weekly. Come on. There we go. Friday, 4 o'clock. So obviously for anyone watching this in hindsight after the stream, I just drag in that volume profile from the previous weeks. Open at 6 p.m. New York time. Obviously everyone should be in New York time only on TradingView. And then we're dragging that across to Friday's close. There at 4 p.m. I'm pretty sure you can go to 5, but I'm gonna have to double check if that's what I do. I've been doing 4. Let's see if that's wrong. Someone please correct me. That's what I've been doing. And then we are marking out value areas. Do need to change the color of them actually. There was a mix up when it wasn't saved. Yeah, see, that's not even on there. Strange. Okay, so we've got our weekly levels. Remove that now. Don't need that anymore. Now, we shall find the last regular trading hours, which would have been Friday, from 9:30 all the way through to 4. Hmm. Oh, that's that. My bad. Okay, that's that all done. And for regular trading hours, that's actually a tricky one. How... Well, it would have been from Sunday, wouldn't it? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, yeah. Sunday, 6 o'clock. Not bad. So that's coming through, and that will be extended up until New York. Okay. Just adjust the webcam a tad. That's better. Right. So we are currently up at previous day's value area high from Friday. Yeah, we would look for support at this area down here for a B plus, I would say. If we can get a... If we can get priced it back down to here. See what happens. Perfect. Yeah, we'll go for 7 contracts on that if we get that pull down there. This is on the 150k evaluation. Obviously, this isn't my live accounts. These are just still the evals for the 150k on Take Profit Trader. Hopefully we can get a trading today. So my first stream on Friday, called out 2 C trades. They both played out. One was very, very close. Would have been stopped out, obviously, if I was in the trade, but it did ended up playing out, which was crazy. So see what happens with Cammy's stream later on. But I didn't take any C trades, but pretty much every C trade, most of them that I did call out last week, in hindsight or while I was sort of watching the charts, most of them did actually play out. So we may test the water with some of the evals. Obviously we are late into the London session, so yeah. What's that, 3 hours? Yeah, so we had some nice energy back there around the open. It's a shame, but unfortunately we have to go to work. We'll see how price comes back down. If yeah, we're coming back. That'd be nice to see that come down. Be a real shame if it goes straight through it, though. That would be a real shame. But point of control is down there as well, so that could, well, it should just make things either guaranteed to get stopped out or hopefully come back up. But we're not looking for that to happen. We've got two confirmations there. Confirmation, sorry. For hopefully a nice big bounce back up to hopefully around just above previous day value area high. We shall see. Late in the session, so we've already missed the move, but if we're going to carry on upwards, then this should work out nicely. Should come back down a little bit. If failing that, when we all jump onto Cammy's stream on New York, should get some buying or selling pressure. Maybe we can come back down, tap that, and then hopefully ride up into all-time highs again. New all-time highs. I've just got to send a text message. Oh, that's a shame. Little bit of energy. Let's check for some news. I haven't done that yet. I was in a rush. No news. Not until 6. Red news at 6. There we go. Hi, Bo. Yeah, sorry, you literally literally I just got on the stream when you tried to ring. Yeah, no, this is what I'm streaming now. I did let Dennis know actually yesterday. Yeah, we're gonna try and be streaming the trading. Everything's hopefully just gonna start playing out quite well, so. So this is futures trading, which is index funds, I believe. So this is the S&P 500. Oh God. I started trading. Well, I've been properly trading from around November last year. I would say like dedicating to it and actually doing it as of such properly. But I've been dabbling around in it for about 3 years now, I believe, 2 to 3 years. Just it was a little while before I left Essex. Obviously now I'm taking it very seriously and putting a lot of time into it, and it's just starting to pay off. But I'm in a so like my mentor as such, if you want to say that, he opened a group for people to sort of just connect, learn, post stuff, post trades that you've taken, just to help out sort of thing. And I've taken his course as well, which has obviously changed everything for me. And I just went to do a live stream because obviously I still had all my old gear from when I was gaming and stuff when I was younger. So I set it up as a bit of just to see if it was still working and how it goes. And I thought, well, what should I stream? I thought, well, maybe I'll stream a session of me trading. And I kind of enjoyed it, so I chatted on the group chat, and he was nice enough to actually help promote the channel and stuff. So that's been going well. There's no one on at the minute because obviously most of them will be in bed. But tomorrow will be 6:30 in the afternoon, 18:30. There's quite a few people ready to join that, and then the fella that does the mentor for us, he will be trading this week, New York Open, which is 2:30. So yeah, it's just a good little balance, and I was surprised that he's a nice guy. He said go for it, and help the channel grow a little bit as such. Didn't mind me putting in the group and stuff, which is a lot of people would never do that. So yeah, nice of him to do. Really nice. Nice guy. It's my second stream as well, actually. I did one on Friday just as a dummy run, but obviously the setup was pretty poor. So I've tuned it in a little bit today. I was in a bit of a rush, I didn't get home. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it should be good. Looking forward to it, actually. It's nice, it keeps me more disciplined, because you can't really mess around on stream. Do you know what I mean? You can't take no sort of regret trades. Revenge trades is what they're actually called. But if you lose one, or you get in at the wrong time and you lose a bit of money, and then you get the you switch it around, you end up losing it. I mean, I've lost a lot of money doing this, but since doing it this way, it's I've been making good money. Not actually my money yet, but hopefully soon it will be. Well, that's a shame. Prices, we didn't get that to come back down to where we wanted it there at 785. That's a shame. We'll see what happens. I've just got to pop to the toilet. Yeah, no worries, Bo. I'll give you a ring later and we'll have a chat. Yeah, price has unfortunately not come down to where we was, but it would have been lovely. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, we got room. Oh, it's a shame we've missed that this morning. That'd have been lovely. Bringing value area high up to the previous week's value area high for a nice push up. That'd have been beautiful. Finding resistance up there though, as of now anyway. Coming up to pretty dead area anyway. I've fortunate to jump on a little bit late, but I said I would jump on. We can have a look anyway. At least we got everything charted up for the week. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I know we have the previous day's value area high as well, and although price could obviously still go above that, if price previously had gone above that 3-point take profit, I would have maybe considered just taking a much smaller trade off of that to ride back up. Obviously, if price had just poked above, I mean, you know, we would have gone back up, matched that would have been perfect. And we had the B plus trade long area to act as support to make sure that obviously if we did enter drawdown like the other day, we had that level there just as, you know, hopefully for price to respect the bounce back up as well. But again, it's not really the play we want to be going for. We want to really just take B and A trades as such, especially when I'm risking, you know, it's over $1,000, well, around $1,000, you know, with fees on this trade. So not really the wisest option. And obviously we've got no targets up there either. We're in a premium across the board there. do need to take some trades on the live accounts now, though. There's no point being scared of them. They're passed and ready to go. I'll try and get some money. That'd be nice. It'll be my first payout. Not sure what's going to happen here. We'll keep it rolling another 20 minutes and see what goes on. If not, I'll jump off and we'll obviously come back when Cammy's live. Can't stream tonight, unfortunately, because I do have work in the evening. I need to try and get my level 2 data working as well before New York, so I'm going to have a crack at that. That's really getting annoying now. Because, I mean, as you can see, we've got 51 sell orders. Just eating up the buyers there. Quite scary, actually. Oh. Sellers are giving up a little bit. Might be looking for a nice push up now. Oh yeah, there's 200 orders. I just see that above 790. 200 sell orders. So, oh, we could either get a huge push upwards, or it's just going to sit there and come back down. That could also be sell stops as well. So, giving more energy to the buyers. Should hopefully be quite a good day, I hope, today, if we can get, well, obviously our levels are going to be marked out, so we've got, you know, this B plus area as such here, so we'll see what happens with the developing profile in the New York. You know, we could get some other confirmation from the developing profile that could turn this into an A trade, or a sell or a buy. So, yeah, the bulls have broke through there. We'll see what happens. Got a lot more orders now coming in. Amazing. I haven't traded London for quite a while now. Just had a lucky day of getting home early from work. I was working in the quite close to home, so it's amazing how much slower it is. But at this point, I think we're gonna enter probably some sideways action until, you know, pushing through lunch to, you know, around that 8:30 in New York time, 8:30. Oh, don't need that. Oh, it's a real shame. That'd have been lovely if price had come back down there. That'd have been absolutely perfect. That's such a shame. Coming bouncing. I mean, we could, to be fair. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to ask in the group, but that could potentially be an A plus trade, I believe, because you've got the start of the high volume node. I mean, this is very large, but this is obviously a high volume node. So that, I think that is actually an A plus trade, to be honest. So obviously if we'd come home a little bit earlier, we probably could have got in, you know, kind of scaled in for some contracts from here, as such. You know, nice big push through, come back down, found support there, and, you know, rode that up. That'd have been lovely. Zero drawdown. That'd have been absolutely perfect. But I'd have to double check that one. See what that looks like. That's better. Yeah, I'm not sure this is going to play out. I think we're either going to just keep slowly pushing higher now or enter some sort of consolidation. It's a shame. It's a shame that the sellers couldn't just give us a little bit more of a push, and that we couldn't have got home just slightly earlier to ride that up, that original touch. I am going to check though. I'm going to put a picture into the group to ask if this is just a B plus or this high volume node is bringing this up to a A plus trade. I mean, regardless, it's absolutely spot on. Pushed through, come back down, perfect touch, and zero drawdown, not even a tick. Straight back up. Perfect trade, that'd have been beautiful. And the bulls are pushing, but there's a lot of sells up there as well. We'll see what happens once we hit midday here in London. See what sort of reaction that's going to give us. But obviously we've got a long way down. I don't really want to take a trade off of the Friday's value area high on the regular trade now. So it's not really. Yeah, there's not even a. No. Oh, such a shame. We've really missed a good trade there. That's a bummer. Right, we got some volume now. Over. Let's see what happens here. We've got 5 minutes. See what happens on the hourly candle for the bigger boys. Let's see if we can get a push down. Be a real shame if it comes back down to where we want to get in and then it just pushes straight through and stops us out. That'd be a real shame, but I'm not gonna not take that trade today. You know, it's definitely a B, potential A. Just have we got the selling power to get back down there and then the buying power to get back up? You know, it's got to push through, you know, this area here. If it comes through there with flying colours, we want to see a nice big aggressive push down and then start to respect this area. We're not going to wait for a confirmation just in case we get a huge spike back up. We'll get in and see what happens. See if we can get that nice push down. One minute to go now. got a nice push down now. See what happens. The only problem is value area high has come up a little bit, which is a bit of a shame. But I think I'm still going to take that trade. So yeah, we could take it off of here. Coming into our area. Hope it's not going to dip straight through and stop us out. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to lower the contracts on that a little bit. We're going at 5. Okay, that's 6785 for a buy. See if we can get a fill there. You might have to raise her up just a little bit. We'll just leave it there for now just to see if that's going to push down any more aggressive. Don't want it bouncing off value area high now and going back up. That would be another real shame, but we'll see. It should come down. We got this node here. It's not the highest volume, but it is on its own, so maybe just above. It's coming out there, so we'll see if it pushes through. Or what I might do is actually lower that down. We'll get a fill at value area high 8575, and we'll have another fill down there, same size. 782. There we go. So the sellers are trying to push down. Such a shame. I need to get this level 2 data sorted out. This is a real shame. Hi, Graham. As it stands earlier, when we actually had the trade out, value area high was literally on it, so it was a B plus. We do have a nut. It was coming down here, so we got the start of this node as well. But I'm going to call it a B, but I don't know. I'd have to chuck it in the group to see if it was actually an A trade or not. I'm not too sure as of now, but it's definitely a B. Well, it was. Obviously, price is being pushed up now on the value area high. We'll see if we can get a fill. Just obviously bouncing around this previous day value area is high at the moment, which we Kind of was expecting a little bit, but that's only a C trade, so I don't want to take it off that and then, you know, throw money down the drain essentially. I know the C trades have been working out, but it always is my luck that I'll be the person that gets into that and then it'll just fall through the floor. And I'll regret getting in down here as we've got point of control as well to hopefully, I mean, hopefully it shouldn't go down that far anyway. Hoping for no drawdown like this. The first trade we pulled out earlier, but unfortunately missed. Oh, shit. Okay, so we're now filled on one of them. That's way too loud. Coming out for a stop loss of 562 on the account as of now. Still got that other fill to come in. We'll see what happens. Six, 7, 8, 8. Seven, 8, 8. Yeah, me too, buddy. First trade on stream. Be a real shame to see it go the wrong way. But it is what it is. There's not much I can do. Been slow, obviously. We missed this earlier when value area high was down here. It was literally on the same line. It was a perfect B setup, and I mean, you can see like it's pushed through what was here at the time. Come straight back down, touched it for the tick. Zero drawdown. We'll see how we got some nasty pullbacks as such there, but you know, rode up and touched perfectly. But unfortunately, I was at work, so I missed that one. But it is a bit of a dangerous time to be trading, so we'll see what happens. Don't want to see it bouncing around here too long. I want to see a nice big push back up there. I mean, it could be a good play out, but I thought I'd split the contracts just in case, because obviously we're coming straight back down. Heavy sell off there. Appreciate you joining the stream there, buddy. It's nice. It's made me a lot more disciplined. Obviously, it was like I only did it for a laugh sort of thing the other day, and then obviously Cammy was nice enough to you know, say go for it. You know what I mean? If it's going to help you, go for it. I think I'm going to take that off the table. Just play this out. I'm not sure what's going to happen now. It pushes down now. It's not really looking very good regardless. I don't think it's worth risking another 3 contracts on it. Never mind, we're already in. Okay, let's let it ride out then, see what happens. No worries, buddy. Thanks for joining. Ended up coming up short here. It's not even a 1-to-1 just because of how early I got in there. Should have adjusted that really. Might pull this down. Pull this up a little bit. That's perfect. Let's just rewrite that out. There you go. Bit of a weird area. Do you not really want it to be going that way? Yeah, we're going to want that back down underneath. It's going to bounce around here. We'll probably get out for a short profit if it's going to mess around. We jump back up to value area high or something, it's not going to want to push through it. If it's going to hit this area, I'll probably just get out. I'm going to have to shoot off soon anyway, so I didn't even realise the time there. I said 12 o'clock, didn't I? Too much talking. Yeah, it's looking like it's want to go lower now, doesn't it? Come back in before New York open. We'll see what happens. If we can get a nice push through here, we'll bring our stop loss up, I think. Play it safe. See what happens. There's the push. Just if it's going to keep bouncing off of that, there's no point risking it. Completely different reactions to what I'm used to with New York and, well, New York in general. That's all I really trade. We'll see. We're pushing up. Not looking like it's wanting to go back down. I haven't known level 2 data, which is really frustrating. So we'll have to just see what happens. Okay, pushing up into decent profit. Very nice. Coming up, I'm probably going to start pulling that up to break even pretty shortly. Just see what the reaction is going to be off of that. Okay, we're up 412 now. We're over that. We're going to stick our stop loss up there at break even. Just a tick above. We either want to see a nice big push now or it's just going to fold back down. Probably going to want to be looking to probably chase that up if we do hit the previous day's value area high though, because obviously you can see a lot of noise around this area even now really. We don't want to be seeing that. Price is already getting stuck. Oh dear. Yeah, we're going to get stopped. Well, that's a shame. Not bad, at least we didn't lose anything. See if we got charged anything on that. No, we got out break even, 750. That's a shame. It'd be a real shame to see that now go back up. It's okay, there'll be plenty more of the day. It's nice to see the volume. Nice to see we got the reaction though off the previous week's value area high. That's makes us a little bit more confident. But obviously we have no. That's just a C plus trade now, so we can't re-enter that. That's a real shame. I should have just got out at the 50 mark there. I should have said what I was going to do. Seeing these areas, a lot of volatility there. Yeah, literally bounced straight off the bottom of that higher volume node. Welcome, man. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. It's a nice thing Cammy's done there. I mean, you know, I wouldn't have carried on doing it if he didn't say that. It was just meant to be for a test run, but you know, he's a decent guy. He's helped me a lot, and everyone else. And to be fair, he doesn't really need to at this point, I would imagine anyway, do you know what I mean? So, we'll see. It's a nice thing to do. It's a shame we missed out on that. We actually got a, when we was up 500, you know, as we got up to these areas, I should have looked back at that node really and probably just got out for a much smaller, you know, nice little 500 profit, but I was trying to hold it out for the TP up there, or at least get up to previous day's value area high, but yeah, unfortunately we come back down for a break even. But it's better than a loss. But a nice big push. We missed the original B plus setup, which was just absolutely perfect when value area high on the developing profile was literally online with the previous week's value area high. Perfect, but unfortunately I didn't get home till around this sort of time. I mean, like, we didn't even suffer any drawdown, straight up to TP and some, which is a real shame. But I can see us coming back down now to point of control. Has been called out. Going into you know, the quiet area before the New York Open. It's a shame because we're getting some really good reactions off of this as well. Since this morning, since Open. A real shame. But I am glad, learning from that, that I did put the stop loss to break even, because obviously I don't normally trade this time anyway, so this was just a lucky day getting home from work. So obviously the reactions are a lot different. I was expecting quite a large reaction from that, and I mean, it looks large now in hindsight, but at the time it wasn't. It was just bouncing around a little bit. Yeah, I think the sell-off before New York is now coming in. I think price is going to come back to its favourite area, shall we say, for the Open. Damn, I'm actually a bit gutted about that trade, you know. That was looking really good. I was just hoping for that nice big push, and then I would have just trailed that stop up a little bit further. Yeah. It's such a frustrating. You know what's strange as well is obviously where I'm streaming as well. Obviously you have to kind of, one thing that it's made me so disciplined, but even with my reactions, because like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty pissed off about that. Excuse the language, but I'm a bit gutted about that trade not playing out then. Well, it was playing out, but you know, it is what it is. I'd rather that than be still in it now, and this reaction exactly happening, calling out exactly what we said before the trade happening. You know, was hoping for that nice big push just slightly further up. You know, trying to sort of bounce the reaction off of this, what was a B plus setup. You know, bounce up to the previous day value area higher, hopefully take that off the top, and then see it come back down. Unfortunately, we didn't, but you know, we're almost close to being stopped out, and we all know what happens around point of control, so we shall see. The one, I'm not sure if you see the short from Friday, but that was a crazy trade. That I didn't take them. They're only C plus. They're only C trades, but that one was oh, my chest. Literally went. I think it was 2 ticks from being stopped out, and end up coming back playing out full TP very aggressively. That happened twice on Friday. See, there you go. That's why we one thing that a lot of people say not to do, and Cami says to do, is about that. Get your trade to 75% and get that to break even for things like this. Because, I mean, now I'd be down over $1,000 on that account. So, you know, that would have been a real shame, considering we was up $500, I think it was. You know, was just pushing that extra 200 to the finish line. And now price has done what it likes to do and come back down and take everybody's money. They've called it perfectly though. I mean, I don't know how far along you are of your trading journey, but I was saying earlier, I've dabbled in it for nearly 3 years, I believe it is. But taking it very seriously from sort of November last year, 2024. And the struggle is real, as I can, sure you can, appreciate. But since finding Cami's channel, it's like a light bulb effect. It was amazing. I was like, this is it. I can finally stop gambling. And, it's worked out great. It's a little bit harder with the streaming because I feel like, obviously, I don't know if you're obviously in the group, but, I think not last week, the week before, I think it was a 5k week across all the accounts, with obviously including wins and, that's wins and losses. Obviously, it weren't just 5k, and then I've lost 4k, and I'm just saying it's 5k. That was overall. Lost a lot, made a lot. Last week was 10k. That was playing some risky trades that I was just trying to pass them accounts. I haven't even touched the live ones that I've traded this week, that I passed, last week and this week. But obviously now I'm on stream, it's you gotta try and do things properly, that I should be doing anyway, and this is why I mentioned it in the group, just to see what the reaction was. I didn't expect him to say chuck it in the group and we'll give you a hand as such promoting. I mean, that was amazing. I'm over the moon with that, so I'm very, very grateful to him for that. But it has 100% made me feel way more disciplined. Like, I am not. Sorry. Yeah, it's just made me way more disciplined. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm not messing around. Like, there's a few trades, like them ones on Friday. Although they won, respectfully, I get that. I definitely would have took them trades. Yes, all right, they played out fair enough, but it's not the right thing to do. Yes, that's why I think I'm going to stick to the streaming. Obviously, the afternoon sessions will be scheduled on YouTube and stuff like that. So obviously, same as him, same as Cami. But I can't stick to a time for when I get home. I'm very lucky with my job. It complements and allows me to do the trading. Don't get me wrong, but I can't always guarantee I'm going to be home at 10:30 every day. It doesn't always work like that. But yeah, if I can just jump on the charts with a bit of a stream, I feel like it'll work out way better in the long run. But it'll just seem a little bit slower because obviously I'm not going to mess around as much. But yeah, looking good, man. After doing his course, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine as well. It's from your experience, huge difference. It just feels amazing. Like, it just makes so much more sense. And obviously, yeah, ICT was terrible on my health. No, I know a lot of people come from ICT onto this stuff. My friend does it, and he's doing fairly well. Obviously, it's just a lot slower, so slower gains as such, unless you're playing really aggressively anyway. But I just couldn't do the sitting around for a week waiting for something to maybe play out. It's just not, I'm not knocking it. Same as everyone else says, people do really well out of it, but it doesn't work for me. I'm impatient, ADHD, you name it, I've probably got it. I need to be doing something. I'm not good at just sitting there. I get very impulsive. Yeah, crazy. And I did study it I studied the 2022 model for, maybe 2-3 months, I think. I was just watching the videos, that long, horrible course. Just watching it over and over and over and over again. And then I found one that was sped up. Yeah, that was, started playing through that a little bit. How have I got so many people watching? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't look right. Am I being... Oh, I can't remember what the name for it is. Jumping around all over the place. Something not right there. Anyway. Yeah, ICT weren't for me, man. I was doing... So I was in another group, which was pretty much a scam. But I did learn some stuff from it. I thought, well, I've already paid thousands to get into it, so... They use a... You have an EMA line. Let me try and find something. Don't get me wrong, it does work. Agreed, ICT was terrible on the house. But it just wasn't, it would work really good for like a week, and then you get excited, and then you lose everything. This isn't exactly spot on, but this is kind of how it looks, so that you'd ideally want that to be further up. You're looking for at least 2 to 3 flat candles coming back down to the EMA line, and then looking for a nice doji candle with the Heikin-Ashi candles, and then you take in an entry from the top candle from the bottom, just taking a 1-to-1, and obviously you can see like it does work, and it quite a high win rate. But and then what I started doing was actually trailing it, which was great, but it's not a real strategy. It's just candlestick patterns, as people call it. It works when it works, and it doesn't. Whereas that's why I liked the look of this volume profile. It's all the pretty much any market condition as such. You can it develops, so it develops with it. So there's always an opportunity or something that could potentially be an opportunity. And when I see that, and I was, the way he taught it as well, I was like, this is for me. Tried Trader Dale. I didn't really get on too well. Really like his work and stuff. Like, it's great, but it's too long-winded, short and snappy, man. That's what I like. Get the information in there, get straight out there. I'm a practical learner. Not very good at that. It doesn't work for me. It's not saying it's bad or anything. Some people obviously learn a lot better the other way around, but yeah, it didn't work for me too well, man. I just think it's absolutely amazing how we get these reactions off of these levels. It still blows my mind every time I see it. I mean, even that, if you were brave enough to take that trade. My TP was there, so I mean, it's literally already hit my TP with, just over a point of drawdown. It'd have been a scary point of drawdown, sorry, but yeah, it's amazing stuff. I'm really enjoying learning it. How long have you been trading? ICT for a bit. Yeah, man. You should be, you're well ahead of me then, for sure. That's a long time for ICT as well, man. Jeez. I really liked the, I don't know what the word is, because I used to call it kind of like science, because that's the word I hear a lot. But now, I mean, it is, I don't know how to explain. I don't know what the word it is I'm looking for without it sounding silly. But like when you see people trading it online, if I go through a, like a progression of a trade, like when you see people doing it on shorts and stuff, and it's like, they're calling out of the market structure shift and the, you know, hitting the fair value gap, and it is amazing how people can call it. But again, it's like you're waiting for the same as that, what I was just showing you with the doji candle setup that I was using. You wait, it's like pattern trading as such. Do you know what I mean? It's not. I get what it says in the course, obviously, with Cami when it, you know, when he says like, we're not like looking for like a conspiracy trading as such, if that's the right word. I'm sure that's what he used. You know, like you can't lie with this as such. Like it hits these volume levels, and I mean, as you could probably experience, it literally bounces like it's hit a wall, and it's scary to see it. Like it's just think like you call it out, and then you giggle to yourself, and you think, why didn't I take it? But, you know, and it happens so frequently as well. It's crazy. I mean, even in this, like I shouldn't even. I didn't even think I'd still be streaming now. When I first got on, you know, it was poor. I got on about here, so we just sort of watched this poodle upwards. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. VP is a game changer. You know, everyone's got their ways, but I'm very, very, very glad that come across his channel. The school group's really good as well. I enjoy that. I was a bit at first like thinking, because obviously everyone's normally in Discord, so I was a bit like, this is strange. What's this app? Do you know what I mean? But I think I do actually agree with him in what he says. It is better. I like the way the posts go up and they don't get lost. You know, you get regular replies even from himself as well. Do you know what I mean? He's very active in it. And obviously it's still a small group, so it'll be a little bit harder when there's a lot of people in there. But yeah, man, definitely a lot from that as well. Just being able to even upload issues, because I mean, I don't know what your case is, you know, at home, but with me, my missus thinks it's a scam. You know, trading's never going to work. No one else understands it. It's too good to be true, and it is as such. But you know, I'm fairly confident in myself. Hoping it's going to play out. Oh, that'd have been such a shame. And imagine if I'd not put that to break even, come down, literally stop me out, a few ticks, and then straight back up. Oh, that's the bit I don't miss about trading. That hasn't happened to me for a little while now. Touch wood. Nothing worse than that greedy mindset. No, we'll leave it. But then I'm also glad I didn't just pull out here. I know it would have still been 500 profit, but you know, if I had pulled out and then it pushed up through, which is what normally happens, you know, you kind of kick yourself for that as well. So I played it safe, had the best outcome possible really for sticking to the strategy and the rules, followed it perfectly, and it happened perfectly. So, and you know, the bad side of the trade happened, but that's a lot to learn, I feel like, from that one trade. So yeah, I've actually recorded that as well, so I'm gonna chuck that up onto as a short potentially later. Gonna see what's happening here. Not really anything to go off now, man. I think we're just sort of wasting time. Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, spot on. That's exactly what I was trying to say. It is good. I definitely like it. And I like how the course as well is kind of short. I mean, I can do it. I can sit in the bar for an hour and go through it there. Hi, mate. Hey there. I'm just new here. What time do you get on? So I'm new to the streaming side of trading anyway, but so I'm getting on. There's a schedule for the moment. I'm working the evenings at the moment as well as the mornings. So obviously London time. I've set a scheduled stream for tomorrow night on Tuesday for 18:30. Obviously British summertime. But as soon as the work dies off from the evening, and the gentleman that is sort of our mentor as such in trading, once he's not streaming New York Open again, I'll be doing New York Open, so I'll probably be jumping on about 2 p.m. most days, and then I'll do the PM session as well. But obviously at the moment he's doing that, so I don't want to. Obviously I'm still learning myself, so I want to be watching that, and obviously not interrupting his streams at all anyway. So yeah, it'd be from 6:30 p.m. British time, London time, Tuesday and Thursday at the moment, and then I think it's next week or the weekend after. It'll just be the same times on a Tuesday and Thursday, but I'll be able to trade most days from 2:30 p.m. Pretty much every day as long as I get home from time from work, mate. Yeah, we missed out. I don't know how long he was in there, but yeah, we had a nice trade earlier. Unfortunately, we got out break even, but yeah, it was just shy off of our TP there, which is a real shame. But you know, then we come down and we would have got stopped out around this area here anyway. So the break even actually played out really well, to be fair. It's a pretty perfect trade to take an example of. You know, I know we waited to the 75% part of the trade to play out. Popped our stop loss up at break even just to tick above to deal with fees, and almost got the push up, and unfortunately, yeah, we come back down, got stopped out, and it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it. One of millions of trades for the future, so there's no point beating myself up about it, although I'm a little bit annoyed because it was my first trade on stream, but there shall be plenty more. Are you a futures trader yourself, or new to trading, or what's your background? Are you getting into it? Just browsing? Come from Forex? Oh, what's happened? I mean, the reaction off a point of control at the minute is ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there using volume profile doing 1 point, 1 point trades. Is that a yeah? What does that look like on the first one though? Oh no, he's lost the first one. I've seen that a few times. Futures for 3 years. I've been following Cami for a year or so. Just paid for the course yesterday and found you on the school group. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good group. He's a nice guy. Got a lot of respect from him. I mean, as you probably, I mean, if you've been in it if you've been trading futures for 3 years, I mean, I've only been dabbling in trading for roughly 3 years, I think. I've only been into the futures since November last year. Not even that. I think it was. Yeah, no, it wasn't about January. I believe this year I got into the futures side of things. Yeah, I mean, you've probably experienced it. I've paid the last group I was in. God, geez, I think I paid like $1,500 to get into that group and never made a dime. So there's a lot of gurus out there as such. Don't get me wrong, if I had followed, I'm not knocking them as such, like they do make money in there, but they don't give the experience. There's lessons in the group, there was, but they weren't the greatest, should I say. And, you know, it's more just signals. You're just going in there, bang this, keep paying me, bang, you know. And as an inexperienced trader, which, I mean, I still am now, but at the time, obviously brand new, you lose one and you think, oh, it's all right, I'll just go bigger on the one tomorrow, lose more, blow your account, another account, blow that. And I think that's the difference is, obviously, with this group, one, it's a fraction of the price to most of these groups out there, because obviously it's not a signals group, which is good. And you're actually learning what he does. You know, what more can you want? Why instead of just taking signals off of a trader and them never letting you progress to be better than them so that you don't stop paying them, he's literally teaching you the exact way he does it, which is, you know, doesn't have to be hard. It isn't hard. It's, you know, it's just a little bit of practice and then getting out there and getting some experience. I mean, obviously, you know, most of it is just psychology, really, I would say. That's the main reasons. I mean, all the accounts that I've blown over the, you know, year that I've been doing it as such on here, it's all been from I take a small loss and then just revenge trade and just, you know, 15 contracts on a 150k account, and a couple ticks and the account's gone. Get the ump. Trading's not for me. I'm gonna have to work the rest of my life, give up, and then you calm down. And then you think, what did I do that for? And then, you know, back to square one. And that's obviously why I've found that streaming it has, you know, kind of helped so far, even though I've only done 2 streams, but, you know, it's gonna hopefully help me stay disciplined. First payout last week, I can make good money. Yeah, man, exactly the same. I mean, I've never even got to a payout, so you're well ahead of me, buddy. I was 3 days away from a 4k payout on Apex, was the last one. Going for a bit of the rough patch with the missus. And, oh man, that was a bad day, Jesus. Yeah, ended up just going on there. I didn't even need to trade. I just needed to do a quick in and out on each account just to obviously get them 8 trading days in. Went on there, literally as soon as I got in, it was only one contract as well, price plummeted. So then because it plummeted, I was back down enough and I wasn't going to get the 2k payout because I had them at 4,600. I had 3 accounts at 4,600. And, no, sorry, 2 accounts, my bad. And, yeah, so then I tried to revenge trade to get that money back, sunk the account even more. Then I upped the contracts, I blew the account. Then I had the write-up, so I went onto the other account, did this pretty much the exact same thing, just took a bit longer. And then I give up for a couple of weeks, and then I said, right, I can't trade like this no more, I've got to do something different. So that's obviously when I started searching around for different strategies and stuff, and obviously come across Cami. So, you know, theoretically, everything happens for a reason, man. If that didn't happen, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys right now. So, you know, I know it's bad at the time, which is another thing that I find. Like, just one loss shouldn't change the course of your future, which is you know, something I try and think about. Because I feel like that's probably quite a common thing where people go wrong is, you know, they take that one small loss and it's like, oh, fuck, the world's over. And it's not. And it's easy for me to sit in here and preach that, but I am the person that thinks like that sometimes. Just since I've been doing this, I go, it's fine. Like when I was doing the ICT stuff, not that I was an ICT trader, I don't want people to think I was, because I wasn't. I did it for a couple of months, so I wouldn't say I was anywhere. You know, I kind of understood it a little bit, but it's just I was sitting around for like 3-4 days waiting for a trade to potentially not play out and then losing or something, even if it does. I just don't have the mindset for that, and I give it to people that have, because that's a disciplined person, but I can't do it. It's just not for me. I like speed, you know, quick in and outs as such, scalping. I enjoy that. Yeah, but yeah, no, it is hard. I get that. But yeah, congratulations on the payout, man. That's gonna be. I'm hoping that that's gonna come to me soon. That'll be real nice. Yeah, 100%. Since finding it as well, um, I've noticed that obviously if you do watch professional traders, I mean, professional, I know it's an easy term to use, but I mean like actual like old. He is right in what he says when, well, volume profile is. I mean, it is, and obviously, it's how the market moves. It is. You know, I started getting into the realm of, oh, you know, it's an algorithm, bloody da da. And I suppose, you know, you can look at it from that point of view, but you can't lie on this. If you've got the DOM up, like, I mean, I haven't got level 2 data at the minute, it's not working still, but you know, you can't lie on the reactions that you get when there's 150 orders sat at, you know, a certain level and you see that bounce. Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, like I said, you know, I'm not knocking ICT at all. I'm baby in this field, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's been doing it for probably 30 years. That's his ways of doing it, and it works. You know, everyone's got their own ways. For us, as you know, babies in the market, you know, we got to find that blueprint to work off of, and you know, I'm guessing we're all in the same boat here. Um, you know, Cammy's way of volume profile is, you know, it works for me mentally. Um, yeah, I connected with it straight away. Really, it was a bit at first. I got very confused with obviously marking out your value levels. That was a little bit of a pain, but obviously as soon as I got the course and he breaks it down, obviously a little bit more in depth, that was amazing, man. Like it clicked straight away. Like literally the same day, I didn't even need to back test. I was straight away. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I know it might be a little bit over the top thinking, but obviously it's not. You're not sitting there going, oh, I need to wait for the market structure shift. I need to wait for a break of this level or whatever. It was just, we just wait for it to get to an area, look at what confluences we've got around the area, and grade the trade, and either take it or don't. Um, yeah, and it's obviously a really high win rate as well, because obviously, you know, a lot of my friends are like, oh, you're only taking 1-to-1s, you know, things like that. Like, yeah, but it's not. I don't really even see it as a one. I know it is a 1-to-1, you know, risk wise, but when you look at the distance of the trades, um, you know, you got some people out there like, you know, ICT stuff, for example. You know, they're going to be getting in down here. Some, I don't know if that is the case. You know, they're going to be, you know, coming chasing up here. So obviously, you know, 1-to-1 from that. You know, that to me is a massive loss and a massive win, but is it worth it? No, not really. You're going to be waiting a long time to lose and a long time to win. Obviously, I know ours are 1-to-1s, but you know they're short. You know, sometimes. I mean, I don't know if you've had it yet. I mean, I've had these trades play out in like less than a minute, and like it's crazy. You know, so when you're losing a 1-to-1 in that sense, or winning a 1-to-1 to that sense, you know you've got other opportunities throughout the day as well, which is obviously, well, you know, you want them opportunities. And if you've got multiple accounts as well, it's great, because then if you take a loss on copy trading through other strategies that are a lot longer, ICT, whatever, you know, you're done for the day. You've lost, you know, even if it's just $100 on each account, you're sitting there all day thinking, oh, I might be waiting another 3-4 days. Yeah, exactly. This is, yeah, agreed. Graham, perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's not, I don't really take it as a 1-to-1. I don't really see it as a 1-to-1. I just see it as a safe area for the stop. And obviously, you know, you don't have to have it as a 1-to-1 5-point or a 3-point trade, depending on the session. You know, you can push that up to a value area or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. You're at like your worst, it's going to be a 1-to-1. You know, if you want to, you can push the boat out a little bit, trail the stop loss. There's just more opportunity, I feel, personally, and I like that. And that's why it just connected with me. It's a little bit more flexible, but it's also strict. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of benefits there, and I don't really see any negatives. You're not guessing. You know, you've got multiple things on screen to tell you what's going to potentially happen. Yeah, I just connected with it straight away, man. I thought it was great. Yeah, good stuff. Really good stuff. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I tried obviously Trader Dale as well. I felt like that was a lot more in-depth, longer videos. Again, for me, it just wasn't working. Yeah, I just couldn't. Good stuff. Like I really obviously a lot longer trades, bigger wins. Still great win rate and stuff, but yeah, man. Oh, you brought his books? Wow. Yeah, I only spent a night watching his videos really, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna stick with Cami. Like it works. I feel like we've got a lot in common in that sense. Do you know what I mean? With a mindset, you find someone with a similar mindset or what you feel is a similar mindset to yourself. You know, pretty decent. It's quite scary actually. If we had, you know, just looking back at that hindsight on that trade earlier, obviously, I mean, it would have been terrible to have held it for that, but have a little look. Yeah, so if we had gone 5 points on that, we'd still be in. Oh no, that's awful. Yeah, no, forget about that. I thought it was going to be closer to TP. Yeah, intelligent guy though, that trader Dow. Definitely, when he focuses on specific subjects within volume profile, I definitely think once I'm a little bit more experienced and I'm not looking for other things as such, but just looking for another edge or just, you know, just some new fresh information, I'll definitely check out some stuff on him again. I can't read books and stuff really. It's not for me. I can't. I really struggle with it. I get, you know, the mind switches off a little bit, which is a shame. You know, I suffered with that in school really bad. So, you know, you just got to work with the ways that you are. Unfortunately, it's easy to say I'll just sit down and just get on with it. You know, doesn't work for me, man. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I just wished I had come across this stuff a little bit earlier. Would have saved me a lot of money, man. But even listening to Cami, I think can't remember what he said. I don't want to say it out of context. Just I don't know if it was on a video or not. Obviously, he was saying about obviously the amount of money he spent. Obviously, coming up, you know, just suffering for a long time, even to the point where you know can't get loans or anything. You know, I feel like you haven't got to go through that, but I feel like it's a step that, you know, it happens in some cases, and yeah, it's definitely in mine. That's for sure. But it is what it is. We're looking for the long term, and we've all proven. I can imagine that we can make money. It's keeping the money that's the problem. Which is why I'm now venturing out into these 4 accounts, soon to be 5 hopefully, but I'm not going to get another account until I've got all these live and, you know, they're making money. There's no point, it's just more pressure. I just want to take sort of 1 or 2 trades per account. You know, if we get a good day, one trade per account, switch over to the next, you know, and then if we do get to the point where I've done 5 trades in a session, then I'll just go back and start again from the other one, maybe lower the risk or you know, keep it the same and give it another go. But yeah, I was copy trading while they were in the eval, but you know, I think I'm just going to stick to the single accounts now. It's a lot of money on screen, gets to your head a little bit. At the moment, take profit trader. Just got 4 accounts now. I've got 2 25Ks that are passed and live or pro accounts, should I say. I got this 150. That's at 153,000. So, you know, not even halfway. Took a big loss on that one the other day. It was, I think it was at 149. Sorry, 154,900. I think it was. And then I got a 50k as well. That's pretty fresh. It's only about 600 up on that one. Yeah, I mean, we're just ranging now between, sort of fading between these levels, aren't we? Shame. Shame value area isn't, value area high on the developing there isn't a little bit closer. We might be able to look for something. I'm not going to take that though now. I think I'll be done now until Cammy's stream actually. I'll probably pop to the gym for an hour. Hold out for a little bit, see what happens. Yeah, I think we're just going to hit consolidation now, aren't we? Might get a nice jump at 1 p.m. It's also yesterday's overnight. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, saying that, I haven't even had that up on the screen today, have I? I didn't do it. I've just realised that. It's because I had the overnight developing from, obviously, well, today's as such. Yeah, I don't think it's a very wise time for me to be getting in. You know, sometimes we get that big jump at about 1 p.m. We'll see what happens off that. If nothing happens, I'll probably switch off and go and do something for an hour. See if we can make some money all together when Cammy gets on. I was sitting there earlier actually thinking about that. He's getting on at like 2:30 in the morning if he's in New Zealand. I searched it on Google. I think that's... Well, I mean, either he's getting up for that or staying up for that. I mean, either one of them don't sound the greatest, you know what I mean? So, fair play to him. Dedication. Yeah, I was going to say, I think... What is it, Tuesday? Is it Tuesday there or is it Sunday? Because you're 12 hours... I think you're 12 hours in... I think you're 12 hours ahead of us here. I'm not sure. That's what I think. I didn't know if he was... Because I remember he saying he was going to Japan. So... He might be in Japan, so that might be why he's doing the New York Open. Makes sense. Yeah. So you're 12 hours ahead. Yeah, right. Thought so. Yeah. See, this is what I was kind of looking for. I didn't know if this was gonna we was gonna sell off back down to the point of control there, and I was gonna get in, or if we're gonna hit that 1 p.m. in 32 seconds and just go mental. That's crazy, man. You're 12 hours ahead. You should be telling us ideally where this is going to play out. You're in the future. That'd be nice. Oh wow, you're in Ireland. I went to Ireland at the beginning of the year and got stuck because of the snow. Down in Limerick. Here we go. See what the reaction's going to be. I was going to go on a working holiday over there. Yeah, I was gonna go over there on a working holiday to Australia, and then obviously venture out into, you know, New Zealand as well, man. I'm not really a fan of the UK. anymore. I love it here, don't get me wrong, obviously it's home, but yeah, man, it's not a bit of me. I don't want to die here, you know. Country is not in the very good state. Oh, the missus from here. Yeah, man, it sure is. Yeah, we got that reaction now, pushing back up. Well, good job we didn't get in that one. See that push into the upside. I'd like to just buy in, really. It's gonna go for it, I would say. Let's see a nice push. We don't do that no more. I don't gamble anymore. Yeah, no good. Right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I will, well, I'll probably speak to you in Cammy's stream in an hour or so. And I'll be on tomorrow night, PM session. As long as obviously Cammy isn't doing it or anything changes, but yeah, I mean, at least we got one trade on the stream. Break even, but you know, it's what it is. Better than a loss for the first day. Yeah, man. Right. I will speak to you boys later. Take care. Have a good day.